Hello everyone and welcome to my fellow gear soldiers, because about 10 years ago today, November 7th in 2006, the very first Gears of War video game was released. Just have my little soldier hat here a little higher up. Regardless, since it's been 10 years since the first Gears of War ever came out, and I not only just played about a week ago, I got an Xbox One, and just no joke, tonight I beat it. It was like, what? So yes, I feel like I'm more of a certified position to give you how I would rank the 5 Gears of War games as of right now for the 10th anniversary of the first Gears of War. I cannot wait for the 20th. Oh shit, that'll be a long time. Alright. Before I get into my list, I'm going from my least favorite to favorite, which of course is a part of my ongoing series of least favorite to favorite. I have the Gears of War poster number 4 right here. That was a correct buy. It was only $14 when I got that. Yeah, I'm recording this right in front of my drum set. You can see my guitar right here. I'm really not that great, to be honest, even though I've had 10 years. Okay, regardless, here we go. Here is my ranking of the Gears of War games, going from my least favorite to my favorite. Now, for the record, before I say anything else, I think all Gears of War games are really good, in my opinion. Oh, there's not a weak one. So yeah, let's go from my least favorite to favorite. Alright. 2 minutes. Right now. Okay, my least favorite at the bottom of my list is Gears of War Judgment. Now, for many Gears of War fans, this would have been a bit predictable because, well, you know, it really was at first glance a bit of a lackluster game. But after some thorough playthroughs of Gears of War Judgment, not only do I think this is a really solid game in my opinion, but it also has a great storyline of how it takes Gears back in, like, before Baird and Cole met men from first Gears game, Dom and Marcus, and I love that storyline and how they also have these two characters who's one of them is like has a really thick accent. Is like, I love how the planet they're on is called Sarah, but this character they have is clearly has a Russian accent, but it's like it's not Earth. Oh, I forgot their goddamn names. Fuck. I'm sorry. They just escaped me. I think the girl's name in here is Sophia, I believe. And then, Paddock. Paddock, that's it. I love those two characters. They're so cool. I love how grizzled and much of a badass. And yet, Paddock's character from this game is so different than anyone else. It's much more like, yeah, I was on the wrong side of the cog once. Look what happened to me. And yet when I joined them, they did the same thing to me. So he's every reason to hate the hell out of the cog. But still, I love how when it goes back in time, it shows Sophia's storyline, Paddock's storyline, Dom's, and Bear and Cole's, which is probably my favorite because it, like, the way it starts on Cole's like main back storyline of how his part of the bigger chapter of this opens very much like Saving Private Ryan. You're on like a tank and it's going to a beach, and you open up and there's like campfire and like running forward. It's very much like Saving Private Ryan, and I love that. It is, for me, it really is the weakest of the franchise, but it's still damn good with great additional parts to it, great Easter eggs. Right, fast, and yeah, I agree. The change from only of it only being like also, well, okay, when you play the additional story that connects to Gears of War 3, I actually kind of prefer that one over the main story in this one, and how that was such a really good story within it, and I loved how it was much more modern of that. Where it's like the main story of this is very much in the past, but there's another little story thing that you can play I'd say within an hour and a half to 2 hours, and you can beat it. But yeah, it's really good, and again, it may be the weakest of the games, but that's still really not saying much, because Gears of War Judgment, within thorough judgment, it's still a damn good game, in my opinion. That was too rough. Okay, at my number 4 spot is the game that started it all the way back in 2006. And yes, playing all of them recently, I'm not saying it doesn't, it holds up. The first Gears of War game holds up, but I will say the whole game, kind of like The Force Unleashed in a way. The Force Unleashed, which is a Star Wars video game, it feels like it builds towards a gradual emphasis of how the game builds up, because it's supposed to get harder as it goes on. That's what's supposed to be of a video game. But I will say the villain, the main villain you have to face in this one is so challenging, but it still installs the fear, the shock, the trauma, and the true grim nature of Gears of War, dire, almost brotherly feeling towards it, and how this gives us such a great camaraderie feel among your brothers, and how you're among friends, and yet you're all fighting for your own survival and the survival of the human species. You get great weapons like the shotgun and the iconic Lancer, which you get to see right here in Gears of War main cover right there. The iconic Lancer, the Hammer of Dawn, great weapons. Yes, it may not be the first Gears of War. It may not be my top 3 as of right now, but you know what? It gets all the respect, and it really is just, it's a new hope. It's the Fellowship of the Ring of Gears of War games. Even though Fellowship of the Ring is actually my favorite of Middle-earth movies, but regardless, yeah. The first Gears of War, to me, video game is, yeah, it's one of the most, in my opinion, one of the most influential games of all time. It kicks ass and a shitload more. So yeah, it still damn holds up. At number 3, for me, it is the most recent, and it is Gears of War 4. It sounded like Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4. But yes, regardless, how many goddamn times have I said regardless? Not just in this video, but any other video. I don't know. Gears of War 4, after just playing it and beating it, I'm going to tell you, is the most technical of all the games. Is aesthetically, CG, all that stuff, brilliant. The voice acting by John DiMaggio and all the returning voice actors, and D. Bradley Baker, and the characters who voiced Marcus Phoenix, which is John DiMaggio, who you would also know from Adventure Time and Futurama, who voices Bender in Futurama. Yeah, great voice acting. I love this game. I'm gonna have a review for this on Wednesday. Yep, on Wednesday. I'm gonna have a review for this game then. So yeah, but I'll probably talk about this more in depth on that video. But yeah, Gears of War 4 is beautiful animation, great gameplay. It feels a bit weird and jarring because I never played an Xbox One before, but you know what? As I'm first still adjusting to it, it's damn great, and I'm very, very excited for the future holds for Gears of War 4. Yeah. I think all the critics have been saying it, everyone's been saying it, and I'm going to say it as well. It is the Star Wars The Force Awakens of video games. And it shows how much of a testament this badass game truly is. A kick-ass one that will last among the ages, as from this year and on. So, yeah. Fuck yeah, I love this game. What? You saw me kiss it? Not a freak. I'm laughing and there's no one in here but me. Okay, my top 2 favorite Gears of War games. At number 2 for me, it is Gears of War 3. Yes, this is my second favorite of the games. I think you saw this when I reviewed my trailer of Gears of War 4 earlier this year. My person is just over there. Yeah, I love this game. I love the story of how it actually finally wraps up the trilogy of Gears of War. I love how it goes a bit more into depth and how you fight up against Queen Mira and what happens, what really happens to the overall arc and what happens to Dom and how the relationship between Dom and Marcus becomes a bit more strained, but you see the emotional weight and how much it hurts to go on without the loved ones you've lost from the past. It's a very, very heavy burden of a movie. It's a movie, well, it's not a movie. It's a video game, but it's the type of game that you can feel the burden of sadness, tragedy, and strength and loss, really persevering through it. It's a game that really makes you go, is this worth it? Is this worth it? Is all this pain, this suffering, is it all worth it? Because even though I may die, someone who's younger or older than me may survive. Who are they to say I'm not more worthy than them? And it's a very important, beautiful game, and I think the ending, in my opinion, is one of the best endings to any video game, period. It's in my opinion, one of the best finales in any video game. I absolutely love Gears of War 4. Also seeing Marcus Phoenix's dad, Adam Phoenix, seeing him in it, I really like that. Okay, I'm going to talk about this game, spoiler, because this game came back in 2011. I remember when this game came out, same thing with Gears of War Judgment. I remember when this game came out, same thing, funny enough, same thing with Gears of War 4, I beat it within 1 week. So, that's my own little Easter egg about it, so I think that's brilliant. Regardless, I love this game. For me, it is almost a perfect Gears of War game. But it isn't. My personal favorite Gears of War game, for me, it is Gears of War 2. I think that, for me, Gears of War 2 has and always will be my favorite Gears of War game. It has my favorite story of what's going on. Again, like with Gears of War 3, there's an emphasis of, is this worth it? There's a scene in Gears of War 2 when they're underground and they're fighting the locusts and all that type of stuff. And it seems like maybe Marcus and Dom maybe splitting up. He's like, Dom is saying to Marcus, he's like, yeah, I know it's your father, but this is my fucking wife, alright? And he's like, I gotta find them. He's like, I gotta find my wife. I gotta realize I find her and to see if she's still alive or not. Yeah, it's just a really poignant, powerful game. And for me, it has the most richest of environments, the most beautiful cinematography, and yet it's both the most dimmest, darkest, and most tragic at times, and yet it is also the most fun, unique, and vibrant at times. It just moments in this game where there's pure like yellows and whites. Like in the end, like, there's some like you get to fight on this. Well, not in this. No, never mind. But in Gears of War 2, it's just a beautiful looking game. I love it. For me, it's definitely the darkest of all the games, and yet it still has its beautiful, uplifting moments as well. And it captures beautiful dark cinematography with great hunting angles, fantastic voice acting. For me, it is the perfect Gears of War game. For me, at least, my personal damn favorite is Gears of War 2. That is my personal favorite of the games. Everyone, I really hope you enjoyed my review of my least favorite to my favorite of the Gears of War video games, everyone. And stick around for Wednesday when I will be making my Gears of War. Oh my God, my Gears of War 4 video game review. And yes, and then on Saturday will be of me ranking my least favorite to favorite of this year's superhero movies. So yeah, I'm very excited for that. Until then, everyone, thank you very, very much for watching, and I'll see you in the future for more videos as always. Till then, well, brothers till the end. That's all I'm going to say. Goodbye.